Louis Guidetti says. Test. Sheer Curry says. What's up, nerds?
Shikari, what's up? Guys, I know we're getting like very slow frame rate, and I don't know why. So, um,
Sheer Curry says.
it doesn't make any sense.
Another person in line E8G says. Same thing as yesterday, trying to take over the world.
Sorry, just bear with me for a second. I might have to restart the stream again.
QFXYT says. Sup Emerald Cream's biggest juicer.
What's up, man? All right, I think it might be okay. I don't know. It says it's not doing good. YouTube's a little bit behind. All right, we're gonna go with this for now. I don't know what's going on, so. Do me a favor, you guys, let me know if the stream quality is bad. I've been trying to fix this. I don't understand what's going on. Yesterday it seemed like it was okay, but I have the red bars here in studio. Not good. I restarted the computer already. Made sure no other programs are running, but I don't know what's slowing it down.
QFXYT says. Riding out this cold. Another person in
Oh,
line E8G says. In case I get pulled away, I have another work review in a bit.
oh, gotcha. Gotcha.
Sheer Curry says. Lo and behold, it's QFX. Beark108 says. Louise, long time no see.
What's up, man?
QFXYT says. Sup Curry. Another person in
Yeah,
line E8G says. Watching too much Form Hub.
that's so bad. All right, guys. Got it. Okay, it says it's okay now. Maybe it just needed to, I don't know what happened. Anyway, let's get this going. What do I do? I
Stupiduswo
also need to
says,
make it so that Twitch comes
oh,
through
I caught the
Discord.
stream this time.
Shikari, by the
Curry
way.
says, Louise LMAO. QFXYT says, Sup Gears.
Is Gears here? There he is. What's up, man? Um, yeah,
Stupiduswo
yesterday I
says,
worked on hands,
LOGOVNA.
Shikari, using it for the video. So we've got some footage for the video. Been working on that. I'm trying to get it out, but I'm gonna do like 3 or 4 hands drawing, and then I'm gonna paint them, and I'll break it down, dissect it and stuff, in the like with Photoshop, do the explanation, and I'm gonna put in some skits too. So it'll be a good video. Let's see. You can probably, I think you can see it. This is the hand that I did. If you missed the stream yesterday, see if you can see this right there. Had a professional hand model come in here, the best hands I've ever seen. Knew exactly what I wanted. Got it done. I drew it flawlessly yesterday on stream. Is it done? Not quite. Slowing it down so you guys can see the
W1
step-by-step
Enter
process.
ST0RM says, yes, now it looks better. Sheer Curry says, no, I missed it.
Sorry,
QFXYT says,
still up.
my mom wants to go to the Rijksmuseum but I don't want to go till they finished the Night Watch restoration XT. Stupiduswo says, I can't find your kick stream. Sheer Curry
I
says,
don't have that up yet, man.
QFX just go.
Yeah, QFX. Just do it, man.
QFXYT says, not ID mostly go to see that up close. Sheer Curry says, that reference is juicy.
There we go. Winter, what's up, man? Let's see, Winter. Is the Twitch not coming through?
Sheer Curry says, I don't think you can ever get vert close.
Oh, it does.
QFXYT says, although I do want to see Rembrandt's house.
Dude, I'd go. You should go. Because I have to cross a freaking ocean to see what you guys. And I know it's kind of a trip still, but. All right, so the last time I painted, I said that I needed to fix this just compositionally. I don't like this, so let's take that out. Let's give myself some more work, because that's what I do. I'm very good at giving myself way more work than I need to. Oh, and I'll move the chat. Forgot to do that. Give me a second.
Another person in line E8G says, that hand doesn't have enough meat on it to make a sandwich for a zombie.
That's how I protect myself. How's that? That's a good composition, right? Let's see, let's put this here for now, I guess, right? It's kind of hard to see.
QFXYT says, real shit, everyone overseas would give their left you know what to go and I'm too lazy to go XD.
Dude, just do it. All right.
Stupiduswo says, does watching Lewis
Oh.
paint all day make you guys want to go to a museum to remind yourself what good art looks like?
Going to ignore that one. If they didn't feel threatened, they would not be
says,
attacking.
now that you say it.
Yeah, good one. These are so stupid.
Cher Curry says. New York has the Met.
It does, yeah. You are correct, Shakuri. It does. Bunch of shitty work up there, too. It's
Cher
not worth
Curry
my time.
says.
I can do way better.
America has some great museums.
True.
Stupiduzwo says. Don't
Okay.
take it personally, Louis. You have the best painting of any janitor I know.
All right, that's looking better. That is looking better. And I'm doing it while I'm being heckled by my own
QFXYT
friends.
says.
Always a
Yeah, for
great
someone
feeling.
who went to FAA for 17 years, it's not bad,
Wasn't
man.
17 years.
Another person in line E8G says. By Rembrandt's Great Nose.
That's a good one. Don't want to overdo it. Like y'all's low intellect. Don't want to overdo it. Just enough on. We go back to the palette, reload the paint, right? Reload. Add some color. This is how you make it so it's not muddy. Like your face. Like your face. Like your fat face. And ever so slightly. Do we need a fancy brush? No, this one is probably 20 years old. All right. Older
Stupiduzwo
than me.
says. Did you guys know this guy went to the Florence Academy?
Shut up. I don't say it that much. Y'all say it more than I do.
QFXYT says. Really?
But did you
He
know?
never mentioned. Cher Curry says. People will know my greatness when I'm dead.
You keep on telling yourself that. See where that one gets you.
Beark108 says.
There.
How can you paint and talk to someone in the same time?
So I'm badass and I have a giant ass brain that has like 800 cylinders pumping full
Another
throttle.
person in line E8G says. Legend has it that his ghost still haunts the Florence Academy.
Still teaches over there. And then, so the quality's gone downhill significantly since then. By design. By design. Notice what I did, which y'all didn't because y'all are too busy cutting my ass down. My luscious ass down.
Stupiduzwo says.
These are neutrals.
I heard they let pretty much anybody in.
Grayed out. So go further back. Is that what you heard? Is it? Is it?
Cher Curry says. If you have money.
Of course, if you have money. Oh, you have to pay to get in. Oh. Yeah, actually, they did up the prices, which I don't like. I mean, they can, they do. It's just it used to be nice because it was like affordable for people who, you know, didn't have that much money, and there's a lot of talent out there that is in that position. It's just, it is what it is. Now it's like the price is pretty solid, I think. Where are we? Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
QFXYT says. Remember when you painted the dude model there who threw in a blue pill before class? Those were the days.
Man, I don't know what he did.
Real question, is it hard to get into a school like that? Do they have a test process or something? Are they packed to capacity? Do they have a capacity?
Depends on the school, and Florence Academy does. I think they have a waiting list.
Another
I think it
person
is
in line
harder.
E8G
They start denying
says,
people now.
This would be a perfect painting to put near a salad bar.
Shut up.
User GZ5JK3ZY8V says. A quick hello from Viterbo mio amico. E bene bellissimo lavoro, Bravo, ciao Lewis. QFXYT
Grazie.
says.
Grazie.
Anyone with 80 grand is welcome XD. Stupiduzwo says. Another person online E8G damn, that was a good one.
Guys, so much better than all of you. You have no idea. No idea. Because your brains are so tiny. Like, that big. They should be juicy and large. Why aren't they? Well, because instead of watching me mix and paint, you just sit there and you run your mouths and you attack me.
Beark108
And
says.
me, I take it
How
like a
about
man.
female voiceover?
Should do that. I want to have an Arnold Schwarzenegger one.
QFXYT says. What else is large?
My penis. I just, you cannot give me that low-hanging fruit. Let's talk about puns. Because I will take it. I will always take the low
Beark108
road.
says.
That's one of my
Yeah.
rules that I live by.
Stupiduzwo says. This painting would be the best painting in my entire small town's Goodwill.
Let's go in and we're adding this thing. I did not really want that. This. All right. There we go.
QFXYT says. I'd like to think Lewis is the best painter in the building, but there's another artist downstairs, so who knows, man.
This is true. It's actually true. I mean, you have Scott and Sue Burdick who are just like killing it right below me. It's pretty funny. But if it wasn't for them, it would be me. Until somebody
Another
else in the
person in
city
line
decides to
E8G
start painting.
says. How's the Kremnitz white situation these days?
I haven't had trouble with Kremnitz ever since I went to RG paints.
Stupiduzwo
It's
says.
pretty good.
When the other artists in his building and the homeless guy out front aren't around. Lewis is the best painter around.
Lewis. I love how it pronounces it. Lewis. Yeah.
Sheer Curry says. Lewis is the best painter in the building called Lewis. Almond the painter says.
That's right.
Feel like eating lead white.
Lead white. If you want to eat lead white and end your life, go for it, man. Actually, don't do that. Twitch, I was kidding. I was kidding, Twitch. It was a joke. Don't ban me. I'm compassionate. I'll virtue signal later somehow to make up for it, just like you guys do. That wasn't bitterness at all. Why would I be bitter? They've never banned me before, have they? Let's put this up. All right, we just got. I think I have to work it in a little bit more than I normally do. That's the thing.
Sheer Curry says. Spicy yogurt.
Spicy yogurt. What are you talking about, girl? Are you eating spicy? There's no such thing as spicy yogurt, is there?
Beark108 says. Buy dip of crypto tomorrow and stock up on paint. Another person in line E8G says. Look, make sure use all 5 fingers to hold that brush. Almond the Painter says. Would you recommend the lead white replacement alternatives that are archival and have that lead white stringiness?
Uh, I don't know because I've never used them. I always go for the lead white for the reasons most people do. It's just better quality paint. Um, I mean, the way that I look at it is if you're doing
Sheer Curry
a
says.
painting
Lead white
that
looks
you're going
like
to sell,
delicious
especially if you'll
yogurt
make
to
the
me.
money back. I'm sure it does. But let's see, what was it? We have, gosh, I can't believe Rublev lead white is very stringy. That's nice. But then look, there's RG paints, um, Almond. And those paints actually I think it's based here in California. I'm not sure if they ship overseas or not, but RG paint is very good
Sheer
paint and it's
Curry
not that
says.
expensive and it's lead white.
Almond, there is a fake lead white you can make with stand oil, titanium white, and chalk.
Interesting. There you go. See? We have some knowledge in here. We have some knowledge, in fact, which is good. Might not look like it, and it might not seem like we do, in fact. Okay, this up. Let's go for the bigger brushes I normally would go with.
Almond the Painter says. We'll make sure to check them out. Thank you,
Check them
Lewis
out.
and
It's
Sheer
good.
Curry.
It's good because I was
Stupiduswo
having
says.
a hard time finding
Hey
some good
Twitch,
paint.
there are 7 strategically hidden nips in this painting. Find one and we can get M kicked again.
You know what the funny thing about that? I went back and looked just at the drawing that they said that I put a nipple in. I didn't get to the nipple. I was doing the shadow shape. I never put a nipple in. And then they suspended me, and then I appealed it. They said it's indefinite suspension. They denied the appeal. That's why I stopped streaming, man. It's really unnecessary if you ask me.
Stupiduswo says. How did you get back?
I don't know. They just lifted the ban. Just like one day I got an email saying that I was back, you know? And in it, it said that I can appeal every 6 months. It's like, and I think they do that because their terms always change. So I don't know, man. They're always shifting things, and I really think that they're screwing themselves because there are a
Almond
lot of
the
people
Painter
who
says.
want to stream and they
Twitch be
don't
tweaking.
because of this. Yeah, they kick people off that aren't doing anything wrong, and they do this all the time. And they're not consistent either. I mean,
Stupiduswo says.
y'all know
They're
this.
honestly the worst. Make a kick account and stream to all 3.
Yeah, I could. What my thing is, it's like I don't know. You know what? I could try Kick, but it takes up more bandwidth, and obviously sometimes like
Almond
I
the
have
Painter
things like
says.
it slows down too much
Living
as it
in
is.
1984, the revolution will be bloody for the technocrats.
You know, it's weird, guys. I don't know. It's not good. They do. They really shouldn't be kicking people off the way they do. Honestly, I was thinking about streaming on X because I think X has a very large base of people
Stupiduswo
you could go
says.
to. I think their technology is
My
getting
wife has
better.
invited me to nap time. I'ma go take a nap.
All right,
Later
you go
dudes
take a
and
nap.
dudettes.
All right, cheers. I'll see you, buddy. Um, yeah, it's weird, this stuff. I don't know. Like I just don't understand Twitch.
Sheer Curry
I don't know
says,
why they kick people
Big
off.
Brother is watching you.
Right. Right. And then
Almond the Painter says, good thing is when the grid goes down us painters will be making some serious bank.
right. Unless we can't see like the canvas because it's too dark or something. So I don't have windows in here. That's the thing. I actually that's a lie. I have one window that's literally like this big. It is up high in the corner, and I don't even think. Let's see. Does it even? No, it has like these grates going across it, so I see little slits of light coming through. It's. I mean, that's all I have. It's just dumb. I don't have anything.
Almond the Painter says,
That goes the.
candle makers and painters will be in demand.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Oh man, I hope the grid never goes down. I really do. Wouldn't look forward to that. Can you guys imagine? There's people out there who live out in the country and stuff who are prepared, and that's smart. Hmm. Just trying to work this up some, make that area a little bit more interesting. I'm really pushing this painting, guys. You know, I'm really pushing it because honestly, I need to like clean some stuff up in here and do better with this. Touch the cows up and stuff. But I could, to be honest with you, I could probably sell it as it is right now.
W1 Enter ST0RM says, and people who make mirrors, to put a mirror behind your candles to have more light.
Huh. Hmm.
Sheer Curry says, I would triumph.
She curious.
Sheer Curry says,
She should be in The
victory.
Simpsons. Yeah.
Beark108 says, how much?
This this is worth more than I'm asking for right now, which is okay. It's what I did. It's my decision. It's looking all right. Sometimes if you look at the painting from the side, it takes away some of the glare, which helps you to see the values better.
Almond the Painter says, that grass on the right feels so nice and fluffy, love how it is painted.
Thank you. You talking about like this, or is it this part here? Is it this? Probably this, I'm guessing.
Another person in line E8G says, if the grid went down people would turn into zombie-like monsters looking for the nearest grocery store.
There we go.
Sheer Curry says, at least $3 for beer. Beark108 says, do you use some formula when you calculate price of your art?
Um, no, no. I'll have a base like normally. I'll say I'm gonna for a landscape of this size, I'm gonna charge at least this much, but then I'll I kind of use my gut more, and I'm extremely fair with it because this one right here in particular, I am spending a lot of time on. And so in that sense, the painting would be very expensive, but I'm spending the time because I'm practicing and trying new things out because I really want to push this piece. And so I'm not going to charge somebody for that. I'm not going to charge somebody
Sheer
for
Curry
me
says,
taking my time to
the
practice and
price
use
of
this as a
beer at the
practice piece.
moment.
Yes. The price of beer.
Oh, jeez.
That is pretty. I like that. That was a good one. Good job. I'm proud of you for that one, Shakuri.
Almond the painter says, good thing about Serbia, a lot of people brew their own moonshine.
Moonshine's good.
Sheer Curry says, how many beers for this painting?
At this point, I'd take, I'd take a beer. Just give me a beer. Just buy me a beer. Nice
QFXYT
Guinness.
says, about tree fitting.
Tree
Sheer
fitty.
Curry says,
Stupid.
moonshine even better.
So I painted this
Almond
like
the painter
2 or 3
says,
days ago, and I like
Sheer
painting
Curry
on it when
paying
it's a
in
little
beer like
tacky.
it's 1738.
Hey man, beer's immortal. It's timeless.
Another
Beer's
person in line
timeless.
E8G says, price plus abuse while streaming X pain and suffering equals lots of pizza money.
That's the formula.
QFXYT says, the Dutch still pay in wheels of cheese.
It's looking okay. It's looking better.
Sheer Curry says, like the good old days.
That's how it should be. Bring 'em back.
I was talking to Shooter Mia last night about some painting, and
The more you paint, the more you know how to correct things, and the more you know how to correct
QFXYT
things, the more
says,
comfortable you get with
they do
doing
be
more
looking
things.
like big gold coins.
Because in your head, you're like, I can always fix it if it's off. Right? So it gives you that liberty. It's like, okay, I can try this because I know how to either scrape it down, wipe it down, repaint over it. You can do a lot with it, and you can alter things so you're not scared that you're going to ruin the painting.
Sheer Curry says, you
Overwork
can't
something,
eat
scrape it
gold.
down, thin it out. Can you not? Then why do they always bite it? All right. Now, sometimes I eat gold just to prove a point of how wealthy I am as a painter. I just stare at people and just swallow those coins. It's great.
proves a point. Did I put something on there? Rolled it out.
QFXYT says, some eat leaf gold in cocktails and shit.
Do they really? Huh.
Okay.
Sheer Curry says, Painting is just fixing mistakes lol. QFXYT
True.
says. Wow, they even filter that husty.
Huh? They filtered stuff? Dude, I am so sick of these stupid companies filtering stuff. I am so tired of it. We already went through this stuff. They need to quit. You need to give up. They need to freaking give up, man.
Beark108 says. Getting high on paint solvent is cheaper than booze.
There you go. So we have a lot of very good comments today. We have a very good mentality I think we're forming here.
Another person in line E8G says. I'm pretty sure Michelangelo would destroy his mistakes along with any witnesses.
Yeah, he got rid of a lot of his drawings because he didn't want people to know how much he worked. Apparently, allegedly. Same time, it's like how they know that if you destroyed them. But alas, that is what they say. They, the proverbial they.
Sheer Curry says.
Curry.
Did you check the reflections are correct? I heard AI struggles with that.
These? Yeah, I
Sheer
mean, like,
Curry
I'm kind of
says.
making it up at this point, though.
Michelangelo was gay.
I'm just taking some color themes in. I'm like, wait, Michelangelo was what? Also, like, because a lot of this stuff is not. The AI is like a rough guide, very rough at this point. And then what I wanted to do was put some more blue in the water, and I want to see how that looks. And I'll take it out if it's not working. Oh, we need some alizarin crimson. It's very good. Not alizarin crimson.
QFXYT says. I heard he did his shifts behind Wendy's dumpster before he could go full time.
Damn it. Ah, the old Wendy's dumpster. Speaking of Wendy's dumpster, where's Jeff? Seen him in forever. What is this? It's like a little piece of rubber or something. Oh gosh, I don't want that on me. Eh.
Sheer Curry says. LMAO speaking of Jeff.
Yeah, right. You know? Let's try this. Maybe.
Another person in line E8G says. He's probably a full-time professor at his school by now.
He's sold out, you think? They won't let him, like, do his work or anything? Who is doing okay?
Hope that goofy little bastard's doing okay. Yeah, work this up into that. It's a little bit, it seems a little bit too glazed in. Maybe that doesn't, maybe that, I don't know, we'll see. Gets brush. It's fine.
Cher Curry says. He's the new assistant to the manager of Wendy's.
His personal assistant to him.
QFXYT says. Spreading cheeks professionally.
One cheek at a time. Might be messing this up. Which case, I can always fix it. It's not a big deal.
Cher Curry says. Cheek for cheek changing the world.
That's horrible. He's not even here. We're just like messing with him. Only he knew how much we care. Okay, it just needs to be worked. That's it. Just needs to be worked, just like those cheeks. You know? Just like those cheeks. I think I like that better because it's bringing some color down in there. I think.
W1 enter ST0RM says. Time to put some color on the dragonflies. Happy face, have fun painting.
Hey, I saw those dragonflies. Not bad, man. Not bad. I checked them out before I started streaming.
Cher Curry says. I think he knows.
Hell? Oh,
QFXYT says.
no.
Nice reflections, man. Did you learn that from a Bob Ross session? W1 enter ST0RM says. Yeah, I saw the reaction to it, just hoping the robot fly reads right later.
I almost named the stream painting with
compassion and expressiveness, or wait, painting with enough compassion and expressiveness to make Bob Ross shit his pants. I almost named the stream that, then I just said I don't feel like getting in trouble. I think it was an overall good move. Irish Spring. You want to clean the. Dropped it on suede. Suede, not good. Ah. Ah.
W1 enter ST0RM says. K, see you all later.
I'll see you, man. You take care. That's it. Don't put turpentine on clothes. Or you don't need turpentine. Just get some Irish Spring soap or Dial or something like that. And use the soap and it'll break the paint down very easily. And make your clothes smell nice and wintry or spring fresh. Spring fresh.
Sheer Curry says.
There we go.
That suede is doomed now.
Oh, we're good. Plus it's my shoes. I don't really care as much. There we go. That's fine.
QFXYT says. I stopped using Terp after my bottle was empty.
Turpentine, I used to use it and it
Sheer
would
Curry
just
says.
mess the clothes up.
I thought soap stains.
Bob Ross. Bob Ross. Let's do some Bob Ross. Do I want to do this? No, I don't want to do this right now. I don't really feel like I need to.
QFXYT says. Brothers using more brushes on one painting than I have.
Probably not a good thing. It's probably not good.
Beark108 says. What do you use to tone down your chroma? QFXYT says.
That's a good question. I'll tell you.
Now I just paint with my eagle.
Are you talking about your penis? All right. So what I use is essentially just a mixture of white, ultramarine blue, and then yellow and red. All right, so gray. I just gray it down some. So I have that, and then I gray it down with this. I can do this too. I can do a combination of both. But that's what I do. This is actually skin tones from a portrait. Yeah. Just keep it simple.
Sheer Curry says. Pathetic. Another person in line E8G says. Okay ladies, gents, and Lewis, gotta run for work thingy, be back later, hasta
All right,
la
man.
pasta primavera.
But for sure, you take care, man. Be good. Don't do anything stupid, all right? Just don't be stupid. That's it. Just don't be dumb. All right? Bar is low. Low. Low.
QFXYT says.
See if this
You can
works.
use it as a brush holder too. Sheer Curry says.
He's a little bit more
OOP.
chroma. Chroma.
Sheer Curry says. Ladies, gents, and Lewis LMAO.
Just something else, man. Stuff I have to put up with. I caught that too. It was pretty funny.
QFXYT says. He's an in-between Vulpera.
I'm not a freaking furry. Dude. So disappointed with them.
Sheer Curry says. If the fursuit fits. QFXYT says. Did you read the ambassador stuff?
No. Explain it to me. Is it going to piss me off? Sorry, guys. I might be blocking that some. I kind of messed that up a little bit. And this is so hard. That's what she said.
Beark108 says. Is it some particular place you're painting?
No, it's not. It was so. That's a good question. I have a commission to paint a Texas landscape, but from a gentleman, like, and I'm in North Carolina, so Texas I don't know, and
QFXYT says.
so I couldn't go out there
I
and
don't
paint.
know, they want chosen people to organize events and stuff. Sounds weird, honestly.
What's this for? QFX. Anyway, I did a lot of AI renditions, and I'm just like kind of putting in elements of it, of the painting. So that's what I did, and I did in the style of Corot, like how it would be. So it's nothing special, but like, so I'm using like several different ones as references, and then I'm kind of getting the feeling, going and kind of modifying stuff myself, right? So it's a lot of trial and error is what it is.
Beark108 says. It's a bit like Scotland.
Is it? I can see that. I can see that. And I did send this, like, my friend who I'm doing this for, he knows, like, you know, Texas, and he's liking what he sees so far, so that's a good thing. Because, like, ideally I go out there and paint. I can't go out there and paint right now though. It would up the price of the painting significantly too. So it's just how it is, man.
Sheer Curry says, a cowboy would make it look like Texas.
Try to get some color in there. I should come in and paint with my cowboy hat on.
QFXYT says, they say it's for bringing the community closer together, but honestly they could organize stuff themselves if they wanted to. They don't need people to do their job.
But what is the ambassador thing? Like, I don't know what that is. Is that like specifically what is it? It is, like I haven't heard anything about this. Did they just announce it or something? There all the time. Let's see if that's a little bit much, but I can kind of dumb that down some. Fix some of this stuff. Oh, wait. Can you all see what I'm doing? No, you can't. Let me shift. I'm kind of starting to work all over here. Second.
QFXYT says, it's a 5-ish days old post. I think the person is picked on if they're active on Discord and stuff.
But they're going to make somebody an ambassador, like one of the players. Here, we're going to lose this camera just for a second. Just for a second. I need to readjust this so y'all can actually see. There we go. All right, there it is. And 1 second, we'll get the camera back. Refocus. Got it. All right, here. Whoops. Here we go. Okay, whatever. Lies in the Vaseline we are. Like they're making like a player an ambassador, or like what's in? I don't know what's going on. And maybe you explained it. I don't know.
QFXYT says, I interpret it as a kind of school representative who can talk to the teachers if they students are unhappy or some kind of community manager from a player's side.
So it's another form of the community council that they ignored. They're just doing another optics play. Is that what they're doing? Because that's all that was before. It didn't do anything. They've just lost my trust. So sick of them. Up inside. I'd be overdoing this, to be honest with you.
QFXYT says. I don't know, they prob want someone to create activity for free really.
If they want to increase like community, they need to just bring things back out into the open world and stop instancing everything.
QFXYT says. It's like having a mod who does your job for free XD.
I just don't trust anything they want to do. They have lost my trust because they've said it too many times.
QFXYT says. Would make sense that it's gonna be one of the biggest streamers anyway, don't think some small fry will get into the position.
Mm-hmm.
QFXYT says. If they organized some world PvP that could be cool though.
You really think they're going to do that? They're not going to do any of that stuff. And plus, the servers can't handle it. It's like literally can't even handle that type of gameplay.
QFXYT says. I mean the ambassador.
Yeah, I know. I just think Blizzard would never hire somebody that's PvP oriented, ever. I wouldn't be surprised if they made it so that they're strictly against PvP.
QFXYT says. It's not hiring, I think it's unpaid.
Yeah. I mean, that I don't doubt. I mean, that would be something I would expect them. That I don't want to do. That's too much. I don't know, QFX. I'm not optimistic with them. They've just lost my trust. And I mean, if they do something great, because I don't want to be right with this stuff. I really don't. That doesn't work. You know, I don't like being this pessimistic.
Ich bin
What's up?
Oscilla says. Much better.
Yeah. Good. See that? I don't want, so I might get that brush back later, but I want another smaller brush. What do I have here? What don't I need? Go with this. It's all good.
Berk108 says. Do you have some other job or full-time painter? Oscilla says.
Full-time
Is OCA in here quoting songs yet?
No. Full-time painter, but I'm not in here as much as I need to be because I watch after my parents. My dad, I have to caregive, essentially, which I love doing. I really do. All right. It's gonna look a little bit weird, but I'm just messing around with this stuff, obviously. I'm trying to figure out.
QFXYT says. Professional Emerald Cream's 36th best Frost Mage.
Got up there, man. Am I 36? 36. In Emerald Dream, I bet you I'm higher than
How
36.
is the portrait of your dad?
I'll show it to you. I need to have him in. I haven't had him in because he's been sick. Like, I was sick. I was sick, and then my mom was sick, and then my dad was sick, and then I was sick again, and then it snowed.
No clue, but 36 is the average number of how many are online usual XD.
36, man. I'm probably in the top 5. Maybe. Definitely top 10. Okay. Let me show you the picture. My boy! There's my boy!
QFXYT says. Sounds like you're kind of a big deal.
I'm kind of a big deal. I have a lot of leather-bound books with straps and everything on them and clasps. And I have a pocket watch.
Sheer Curry says. Sounds like the usual winter
back
hell.
Pocket. Yeah, it was a rough winter. It was a rough winter, man. We're just getting back into it. So it snowed, and it snowed again today or last night, and we're not used to snow down here. So there's a lot, but
Sheer Curry says. OMG hells yes.
Yeah.
Sheer Curry says. It's amazing.
Thank you, Shakuri. Thank you for that. So yeah, obviously, like I can get out, but I don't want to carry my dad and risk having him slip or me slip with him. So I'm waiting for all the ice to get away. And so I'm hoping next week I can get him in here and get some painting done and get him out of the house. It'll be nice. Need to get him out.
QFXYT says. Looks dry, like Warriors in Midnight XD.
Warriors are not looking too good. I am with you there. They'll fix them. They'll fix them. Look, they normally do a good job with classes. You got to give them that. That's what keeps us coming back, is it not?
QFXYT says. Time to reroll main.
No, it's not, man. Just give it some time. You'll be fine.
QFXYT says. Join the Flavor Stompers.
It's actually, it would be a good guild name.
Beark108 says. I like everything but shadows. QFXYT says. Loki, all the MMS are on sub rogue Nauxd.
Sub rogue, I think, is pretty good, right? Dang it.
QFXYT says. They nerfed it a bit, but before they could just 100 to 0 you in 3 seconds during opener LOL.
So essentially how they were before. Well, yeah, 3 seconds is a bit much. This one for the darker.
QFXYT says. Sub was pretty mediocre in TWW, it was all about assassin.
So maybe at the higher end, but where we were playing, it was pretty solid, man. Assassin was very good too, though. The Garrote Silence was just a killer. That's the main thing. Yeah, I think you're right. I probably would have wanted to go against the sub, but still, we've fought some very good ones. Because their thing is just as if they have good macros and they can switch between targets really quickly, keep the person controlled. It was rough. It's gonna be good. Like their strength is their gameplay, and they made a lot of changes, and they're gonna,
QFXYT says.
they'll get it back.
Yeah, Garrett is annoying as shit. If I
For
hour
road,
with the
yeah.
hunter, he just killed it during Garrett into stun.
Yeah, that's what they do, man. That's what they're supposed to do. Can't blame them. That's the design. They're pretty solid. I break this line up some. So I broke that up. Y'all couldn't see it was off, but it was that line that was above the water. It's just going kind of straight across. Would I do this? Let's try this. Let's try something different here.
QFXYT says. They had 80% slows too, kinda overtuned.
Oh, that would suck. This might not work.
QFXYT says. Windwalker and Rogues are just better warriors with no downside now.
Did they fix Windwalker? I thought they were having some trouble. What should I do? Try this. Let me try this.
QFXYT says. No clue.
There you go. That's a little bit better. And then let's do this.
QFXYT says. Back then Rogues had a load of CC but with the downside of less damage than Warriors, now it's just all the CC and more damage than a Warrior XD.
Dude, I'm pretty sure they're gonna fix this stuff though, right? I mean, I hope they continue fixing the classes throughout the expansion, honestly. I think they probably will.
QFXYT says. I mean they didn't in S3.
But I know they didn't. They really dropped the ball there, but they were doing midnight at the time.
Beark108 says. Yeah, that side of Shadows is great, I meant trees at back, and that front bush, that dark black, looks a bit shouty.
It looks a bit, oh, it's too much, you think? I can see that. Yeah, I can see that.
QFXYT says, you can't just not tune PvP for 5 months because some POPs there work on Tanex Spox D.
Apparently you can. Yeah, I'm with you, man. I mean, look, I was playing that whole time, and it was rough because when they don't tune, people learn. They start realizing that there's not going to be the tuning, and they start taking advantage of that stuff, and it just becomes one meta. And I can't tell you how difficult it was for us, um, especially when we were in the 1900s. It was just like insanely difficult. Insanely difficult. Because if we came across a hunter, it was like 9 out of 10 times we're losing that. It was rough. We're losing the camera just for a second. Just for a second. I probably didn't need to do that, but there.
QFXYT says, yeah, complete antiphon to play against all season.
Was the worst. Got like, it was the strongest it had ever been, I think, too. And yeah, it was not a good thing. Remember, like, and it would be outside of their burst too. It was like true shot would be down, and then all of a sudden they just get like they could do like 10 million damage in an instant on you, just like one shot you. It was unreal. Um, so, oh, Bear, I agree with you. Like when I'm looking at like here on the screen, but like if you look at the whole thing, I think this works a little bit better.
Bear108 says, I mean, I don't see original color, but compared to that sky, there's a lot of light in that painting to create such dark shadows, but it's easily said than done.
Let me show you something.
QFXYT says,
let me show you something.
They were broken that some debuff stacked twice on one player if a second wasn't in range, so that brought down hell.
I mean, it was extremely frustrating. Give me a second. I want you to see the whole thing though, because so I know it's blurry right now. I'm going to fix this, but this right here, I made it a little bit darker. I know, like, ideal it should be lighter, but I like the effect there because it also contrasts it. You know, it is closer in to us than, you know, you might think. Let me just switch the music here. Kind of sick of this. Here, I'll get this first. 1 second. I know y'all can't hear the music. Most of y'all are on YouTube. Here we go. All right, I'm just gonna leave this out. It's kind of far away, but you'll be able to see the whole thing this way. There we go. Okay. So I know, like, I purposely darkened it a little bit. So this is what we have, right? And actually, let me see. Do I have... The sky is a little bit bright. the colors are off. 1 second. Let me fix something here. Filters. Do I have this? There you go. There you go. That's it. All right, so now you can see it a little bit better. So that's what we have. That's how it looks like the overall
108 says.
thing.
Okay, I didn't see that blue at all.
It's just different. And it looks different in real life than it does on camera. I try to get it the same. I really do try to get as close that I can to reality. Sorry, I'm blocking it again. But like that's closer to what it is right now. That's without any filters. The only filter I had was contrast, which worked down
here.
here.
Never mind, it works well now.
Yeah, the contrast, I put the contrast on because sometimes it's a little bit chalky looking, and so that kind of takes the chalkiness away. And I looked, because when I had the camera just here, it wasn't on the sky. It was making it look like closer to what I saw. Whereas on screen it looked a little bit, it didn't look as right. But then when I brought the camera out and I still had that contrast filter on, the sky was just like blinding because I didn't have the sky in. So yeah, so this is what we have. Yeah, it's coming.
108 says.
It's coming.
It looks much darker now, well done.
Yeah.
Sheer Curry says. Maybe the right side needs some cows too.
I think you're right, Shakuri. Just a little bit, just a little something to balance it off, because you're right. This side, that side is it's a little bit bland. It's more of, it's kind of, you have this coming here and then it goes up, but then there's nothing over here to kind of like pull your interest. I mean, I like that. I like this, how it goes
108
back.
says. Cows like to hang out together.
Like you don't want it, excuse me, you don't want it like so even where it's just like you don't know where to look. But I might be able to put like one or two around, I think probably around here. I don't want them out here. I don't think. That would be, in my mind, it would unbalance things a little bit too much. So it's off.
Sheer Curry says. They don't have any say in the matter. QFXYT says. Do a big one in the front like a Bob Ross bravery test. Beark108 says.
Staring with cross eyes.
Or a shepherd dog.
Or what was it, the 1984 sheepdog that Dumb and Dumber was driving? It's just like
says,
driving through it's like right
just
here.
Just one huge cow to cover everything.
It's just a giant cow face right here. Tongue hanging out, everything.
Sheer Curry says. Or a farmer.
You do that. Ah. What's this? Oh, that's a filter window. I wonder if I should keep that. Let me see what this does.
QFXYT says. Yeah, one that covers all the other ones, and in 200 years they x-ray it and see all the work was covered and judge it as what a deegan.
Hmm. Okay.
Beark108 says, it's missing 2 Brokeback Mountain cowboys in the bush.
We'll have QFX pose for us. QFX and Jeff. Cowboy hats. Except Jeff has a sombrero instead. Peruvian. It's our favorite Peruvian Mexican. Okay. There we go. All right. Let's see how this looks. All right, so I want to show you all something because the sky's, wait a second, the sky's actually in there, isn't it? Okay, so this is without the filter. Now let's see how it looks with the filter at this angle. Filters.
Sheer Curry says, LMAO.
Filter. So you see with the sky, it washes the sky out. But if you look at the actual painting, or I'm sorry, if you look just at the land here, it's easier to see if I do this. It doesn't really change the values. It just kind of makes it look more light. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's why I was like, okay, we're working down there. I might, since we're working, I might leave the filter on. And it's a contrast filter, but I wasn't doing it because I was like, oh, we need more contrast. But the contrast filter worked better than the actual exposure filter, which I was just trying to make it a little lighter without getting it washed out. And the contrast did that, except it washes the sky out. So we left it on and we'll work on, let me move this stuff. And here, I'll fix the angle of this camera for us. Give me a second. Transform, edit, transform. Oh my gosh, this is so slow. All right, that's fine. All right, so I fixed that. That's a good place for it to be. And then we're just going to move this here. There you go. I think that's pretty professional looking. And what I'm going to do, cows, balance the painting out. That's what we do. Cows.
QFXYT says, actually doing the cow covering everything thing.
I'm just being strategic with this because I'm so strategic. I think somewhere around here.
QFXYT says, we should start calling us by our WoW names.
I'm all for that. Stupid. I'm all for that. Fruit flies, man.
QFXYT says, you go ahead.
You first.
QFXYT says, you remember what it was, right?
Yours? I actually don't, because you only played for like 5 minutes.
QFXYT says, wow. Share Curry says, you just go in and add cows. I would contemplate for a few months.
I've contemplated more than you think. TV's screen.
QFXYT says, does Senor Fatcock ring a bell, Jesus man?
Something like that. Yeah, it was good. You're talking about, yeah, your actual name, not your battle tag. Yeah, that was good. It was a good one. I was proud of you over that.
QFXYT says, damn right, Crean. Beark108 says, is there some free Adobe Photoshop alternative?
Um, I think there is, and somebody here is probably going to answer you. Frida, I think, is good, but you have to pay. I think it might be a one-time payment. Krita, Krita. Rebel is very good, and that's a one-time payment for whatever version you buy. So they're always updating. But yeah, like I would recommend probably Rebel or Krita. Probably Rebel, Rebelle, I think. But it's just a one-time purchase. And it's not that expensive. It's like $50, 70 or whatever. Let's see.
Share Curry says, illegal.
Well, there is an
Beark108 says,
alternative.
that's fine.
There is an alternative. But like, yeah, Adobe Photoshop. I mean, it's as good. It's not like, still very good.
QFXYT says. New cows looking good green.
Oh, thank you. Fix that. Don't worry. I have a plan. Now I go back into it.
Sher Curry says. There will be an exhibition in the Rijksmuseum with Caravaggio paintings.
No way.
QFXYT says. Damn son, you should get on that. Sher Curry says. I might go. Sher Curry says. And other artists I can't remember. QFXYT says. When is it? Sher Curry says. I think it starts tomorrow.
A smaller brush for that.
QFXYT says. My mom wants to go in a month for her birthday LOL. Sher Curry says. It's on until May 25th. QFXYT says. Sheesh. QFXYT says. I mean if it was Da Vinci I'd reconsider. Sher Curry says. It's not about Caravaggio specifically though. Sher Curry says. You prefer Da Vinci over Caravaggio?
I like Caravaggio.
QFXYT says. Yes.
He does, yeah. I can see that. I can see that in your work.
Sheer Curry says. You crazy.
Woo! Working those cows in.
QFXYT says. I like the three-quarter lights of Caravaggio, but form-wise I prefer Da Vinci.
I think Caravaggio has better form than Da Vinci. Caravaggio, actually, it depends per piece with them. Depends on per piece, I think, for me.
QFXYT says. For me I find the characters more appealing in Da Vinci's. Caravaggio painted a lot of dudes I don't really care about.
Actually, that's not bad. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Sheer Curry says. Da Vinci it's all so round.
Yeah. But he was he really did the atmospheric perspective better than most people did. In fact, he was one of the first people that actually came up with it. I remember like
QFXYT says.
the distance, like
Good.
he was very brushy in his technique. Actually, very beautiful work if you look at it. The cool thing is with this, I can always go back in and touch those up. Putting the moo-moos in.
QFXYT says. Good ol moo-moos.
Good old moo-moos. See if I can deepen some of the sky and the water, what that does. Maybe, maybe. I think that's too much, but I'm going to let it sit for a second. Actually, I'm going to work this in just a little bit. Bring that down.
QFXYT says. The dude who ordered that has been waiting for that for a hot minute.
He has. He don't like it though, man. I'm really doing a number for him. He has, man. Whew.
QFXYT says. Do they teach at FAA to keep the lights the sea impasto?
They didn't when I was there, I don't think, but some teachers might have done it, but a lot of the students were trying it out and doing it, and so they always try to make it thicker in the lights but it wasn't like ultra advanced at the time. I might be not remembering it correctly. They might have taught it. There were a lot of different teachers there saying a lot of the same things, but a lot of different things at the same time. I'm just kind of messing around just to see what comes out.
QFXYT says. I've been thinking you could do a grisalthacy in the lights and then glaze over that with the color you need to keep it smooth as a mofo.
Could, but I can always smooth it as I work, but that's not a bad idea either. See, I don't mind if I mess this up because I can just go back over it, scrape it down.
Sheer Curry says. Some.
This might be totally wrong.
Sheer Curry says. Some people don impasto in their grisale. QFXYT says. I tried to keep it thicker in the lights and you can def tell it looks more 3D. Sheer Curry says. I think Rembrandt glazed over impasto.
Second.
QFXYT says. The dude used sand for the thickness XD. Sheer Curry says. I need more courage for thick impasto LOL.
Ah.
QFXYT says. I'm too cheap to use my colors for it, but I have a load of black and white, so grisalthacy in the lights makes sense, and I like to smooth it for the final layer. So I'm doing this with the knowledge that I might mess it up and I'll just wipe it down. It's not going to be any big deal, but I'm just experimenting with this. So I have something I want to try, but I'm not sure I can pull this off.
RGH. RGH.
QFXYT says, I'm kinda doubtful too, Crean.
Yeah, we'll see, man. Yeah, it looks crazy, doesn't it? I hear you. I hear you. That's how we learn, guys.
QFXYT says, what does this brown in the water remind me of?
Your hopes and dreams.
Sheer Curry says, cow doty.
Cow duty.
QFXYT says, did you sell that still life you worked half a year on?
Yeah, Shikari, did you?
Sheer Curry says, me. No LOL.
Doesn't mean you won't.
QFXYT says, I'm in the privileged position to offer you 5 buckaroos for it. Sheer Curry says, I can't buy a lot of beers with that. QFXYT says, why buy beers if you can buy a wheel of cheese? Sheer Curry says, I need both for a true Dutch diet. QFXYT says, I heard they're banning fireworks for you guys.
Really? They are? That's horrible. They tried doing that here.
Sheer Curry says, yeah, but nobody cares, lol.
Damn right.
Sheer Curry says, they're gonna fire them anyway. QFXYT says, still firing it up in the back like a good OL smoke. Sheer Curry says, do you guys get a lot of fireworks?
Here we do. Yeah.
QFXYT says, none at all, lol. Sheer Curry says, really? Sheer Curry says, it's crazy here, lol. Sheer Curry says, I thought it was like that everywhere.
Lots of fireworks all the time.
QFXYT says, I mean my family doesn't buy them, but people in general in Germany like M. Cher Curry says. Of course Americans do.
Shit.
QFXYT says. That's half the reasons the Dutch come down once a year to buy that stuff for cheap here, then race on the highways sti. Cher Curry says. We love Germany. Cher Curry says. Cheap cigarettes. QFXYT says. Really, every time I go there they celebrate that we left XD. Cher Curry says. We love complaining about World War II. QFXYT says. Loda Germans come up too though, and Loda the Dutch at least speak a bit or Germans if they're sellers. QFXYT says. Of German. Sheer Curry says. I don't understand why Germans loge coming here. Everything is more expensive. Sheer Curry says. Love.
I don't like that orange that I put in, the deep orange. I kind of screwed it up because there's no other color in there. Like that. That's how we learn, is it not? Is it not? Rhetorical? It is. Yes.
QFXYT says. Real
That's how we
shit,
learn.
except coffee, but my parents buy cheese there.
Whoops.
Sheer Curry says. You could add orange flowers.
Just like goes, just like add orange flowers randomly just to correct my mistake because I'm too lazy to do it. Let's put some of this over it. This should fix it.
Sheer Curry says. Yes.
So I'm laying the base down. I can always go back with the brush over. I'm just trying to get the reason why I'm doing it this way is because I kind of had to build the paint up, and putting it on thick and then using the blender brush over it, which is not really a blender brush, but it's like a 1-inch brush, is a good way of keeping the color on, making the paint thick, and getting a nice water effect. That's why I was doing it, but it takes a little bit of a build up to get that. So, which is good. It's all good. Just gotta stick to the plan as much as you can. Boom. There you go.
QFXYT says. Didn't know you had a plan, like in Arena.
I want to do arena with you, man. What can I say? Let's do this. Try to put some blue into it too. Let's see if what I can get going with that. It's a little bit here and there. This might not work. Like, if I mess this up, I just scrape it down. It's not a big deal. You know?
QFXYT says. I thought you had a couple new people for that third spot.
Well, let's see. Who were we playing with? We don't really have a third player right now. unfortunately. I wish we did. But I mean, arena's very difficult, and we're not like as good at threes as we are at twos. And so it's just going to be a rough thing going into it, you know. It's just how it is. And so whoever plays needs to understand that we're just going to lose a lot in the beginning until we get a idea. But it's like it's hard, and most people don't want to stay around. So they quit.
QFXYT says, no shit, threes is way more to manage.
Well, it's that, but it's like I know how to play with Zerks, but we've been bringing in new players who, aside from Gears, like Gears would be probably ideal. We should play with Gears, honestly. Because Gears
says, just do more, damn bro.
There he is. Yeah, Gears would be the best player to play with because he has experience and he's not going to get discouraged. And like last time we played, I remember Gears like
says,
positioning.
Just woke up.
Good. Awesome, man. You have a good nap? How are your biceps?
Says, I'm almost always down. Nobody messages me.
All right. You'd be up for this expansion?
QFXYT says, but threes burst phases are more fun than the wet noodle slapping in twos.
Threes, I just like it's so much to keep. I'm starting to get it, but it's just so much.
Stupiduzwo says, I can play whenever.
Cool.
It's definitely more damage focused than just CC. You can win twos with just CC once dampening kicks in.
Yeah. Ooh.
QFXYT says, what was your highest twos rating, Gears? Stupiduzwo says, twos with a healer starts damping immediately and ramps faster, threes doesn't. Stupiduzwo says, I'm not sure, 2.2 or 2.3 probably. QFXYT says, I think when I played damp kicked in after 15 minutes LMAO.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. It's okay, this is looking okay.
QFXYT says, which is why twos kinda sucked. QFXYT says, now you start at what, 30 to 40-ish damp?
Try that. This is so hard!
Stupiduzwo says. I don't remember the current values. Like 30% and 10% a minute with healers I think. QFXYT says. Which is totally needed since the healer balancing is made for threes.
Let's try this. Let's try that. Okay. See how that does it.
QFXYT says. Some POPs say threes or shuffle should also ramp faster into damp since it's a lotus slappin' around till deep damp. QFXYT says.
Balls.
And then kinda the healer with Tay better monoregan wins lel. Stupiduzwo says. Oh, my warlock was 2221 in twos. I don't even remember that.
Oh my gosh. So this is what I'm talking about. He doesn't care as much about rating, which kind of is a big deal because he
QFXYT
is
says.
tilted.
What a juicer.
All right, that's kind of a base that I can use at least. All right, so that's
QFXYT
better.
says. Bro just has Tay random 2ks on outs laying around getting it randomly.
Dude, I'm telling you, he knows how to play the game. He knows how to play. Knows how to play.
All right. I don't know. And then a lot of it's going to be too bringing this up into that, but I still need to really correct a lot. Go back in with the brushes.
Stupiduzwo says. And my biceps are huge.
That's so stupid, man.
Bro. You gotta maintain your gains.
Dun, 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 dun. I was talking about the biceps.
QFXYT says. Bigger biceps, bigger rating, bigger.
Oh man, you guys. First we get the biceps, then we get the rating, then we get the women. So that's how Gears got his wife. He led with his rating.
Stupiduzwo says. Dude, I legit got her online because I sent her a pic of me at a party where I'm flexing my arms. No joke. QFXYT says. His wife going through the leaderboard, who's up there?
Yeah. Dude,
Gears, that's hilarious, by the way. Good job. I'm proud of you. I actually am very proud of you over that one. That is too funny. That is too funny.
Stupiduzwo says. I didn't even put that together, but it's totally true.
Yeah.
Stupiduzwo says. Now she locked in. I got her under contract. She has to love me now.
That's a good way of describing a marriage.
Sheer Curry says. Poor girl. QFXYT says. Now you can go easy on the CR.
He might have put that in the contract, though. As long as I maintain a rating above 2K, she has to love me. My biceps, the pythons have to be circumference of, it's a good circumference, 15 inches.
Stupiduzwo says.
That's
why I don't care anymore. I locked her in, don't matter anymore.
I locked her in.
Oh, me, that's a lot. Wonder how that's looking. Wonder what time it is. What time is it? 4.
Grasshopper 11275
Grasshopper
says. Nah man, you need to earn new wife rating every season cause it resets to 0. Grasshopper 11275 says. Also, hi.
That was a good entrance. That was a good intro. The thing is, I can still go back into that. At least I kind of got a foundation of something down, I guess. Here, let me pull the camera out. Y'all can see the whole thing at once, because I kind of need to rest my eyes with this for a second.
Stupiduzwo says. I built this nice brick wall in the backyard. I told her I was building a wall to keep my Mexicans inside. She's one half Mexican.
I like that. That's funny. I'll turn the contrast down too in a second. Let's get this. There we go. All right. Turn the contrast down, right? Do we need the contrast? Screw it. It's just like the worst freaking thing I could do. Okay, that's high contrast, but then let's take the contrast out. It always screws the sky up. Filters, where are you? Filters, there they are. First off, there you go. That's it. That's what
Stupiduzwo
we
says.
got.
Your chat
Could
is
be better.
racist. Can't type Mexican.
We're too uptight, man. I'm going to cool off this right here. That's what I need to do.
QFXYT says. I thought we were talking serious cans. Stupiduzwo says. Meeting time, later dudes, and dudettes
All right,
again.
Gears, I'll see you, buddy. Good luck. Be smart. Don't say anything stupid this time, all right?
QFXYT
If you do, just
says.
click.
See you. Grasshopper 11275 says. The clouds are good, they have movement.
Thank you. Yeah. I look at them a lot. Yeah, I need to fix that up top.
Grasshopper 11275 says. I'd nitpick about the relative sizes of your flowers still though.
Yeah, I might be beyond caring at this point. Even though what you're saying is extremely valid.
QFXYT says. I mean it looks fine upside down. QFXYT says. Like my portraits.
Mm. Okay.
QFXYT says. Why even is that? Is it because the eye doesn't pick on the flaws that hard when it's upside down?
Your eye
Grasshopper
gets used to seeing the
11275
same
says.
image and starts making
But then
corrections.
I'd replace all tay cows with flowers and just put one big cow up front licking the camera.
uh,
QFXYT says. That's a serious bravery test.
wonder, that's text to speech. That is. All right. That's what we're going to do. We are going to cool the water down some.
Oh, that's way too much. It's not going to cool it down as much as I want.
QFXYT says. Jesus, that's the C. QFXYT says. Wouldn't I make sense to make everything in the front G game pasta too?
Yeah, and I kind of did that some here. I'm just experimenting, but what I'm doing, I'm thinning this out here, and then I'm going to bring this up, the texture up over it. Does that make sense? Because a lot of this has to do with how this looks coming over. So I can still hide some of this. I'm just trying to get like this underneath layer because I like the warmth here to it. But I need to dull it down just a little bit. I mean, I obviously take my time with this because it's better to take your time and have ups the chance
QFXYT
of
says.
success. If you don't,
You dull it down, man, like Frost Mage.
Blizzard did good enough job of doing that without me. Hey, made that class not fun to play anymore. Sucks. They took away so much of the fun.
Grasshopper 11275 says. Frost Mage is throwing snowballs. That is fun. QFXYT says. ID just go arcane, that shit is more fun.
Yeah, I'll try Arcane. I'll try it.
Grasshopper 11275 says. Arcane is much funner.
Did you try it, Grasshopper?
Grasshopper 11275 says. I mained Arcane for a couple years in PvE.
No way. I didn't know that. So that's better. I like that better. That doesn't bother me either like it was before. I can still work on it, but so now a lot of it is just like bringing this up into it, right? Experiment with like a small part. All right. Just for a second here.
QFXYT says.
Pleased with that.
Except for surge, I think everything on that spec is instant now, so automatically damage while moving is significantly more fun than hard cast iron while standing.
Yeah, and that's the one thing is because if you get kicked in PvP, it's very hard to, for me, it's like you're just arcane, you really feel it. And so that would be a good thing. If they made it instant cast fun. Then Rookie was playing it. I wish they would bring back Blast Wave. I think if they did that, I'd be totally fun. But I'm actually having fun with Wall right now. Because there's a lot you can do with it, including walling your team in. I've been finding ways to wall my team in, like in Battlegrounds, very creative ways. If we have two mages, I can really coordinate something. I always get, oh, report
Grasshopper 11275 says. Arcane started as the spec for mage PvP way back when.
Did it really? Wow. It's interesting. I would have thought it would have been Frost. They still have slow. Did they take slow away this time? I think they did prune slow out. Wonder if they still have it. Frost didn't really need it though. They probably baked it into one of the spells. I'll have to check. Let me check my phone really quick. I need to make sure I didn't miss a call because I think I have this on mute. No, I haven't.
QFXYT says.
Okay.
Damn, when I played you had to hardcast 4 Arcane Blast for a fat missiles or that instant where you really needed a good peeler to make that work in arena lol.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What do I want to do? Just keep on working. Now I can start
QFXYT says.
plucking stuff out.
But when you stacked blasts you'd have this damage buff stack up with each blast, which was totally nuts if someone just lets you spam that shit in arena lol.
You'd have to line it if you could. I don't know how hard it hits though.
QFXYT says. That was in Lich King and Kata, don't know if Arcane Blast still exists now.
I think it does, unless they pruned it out. I'd raise that some.
QFXYT says. They have these weird holes they shoot which are AoE.
Gonna rest on this. Not gonna mess with that right now. I think I'm gonna call it for painting. I'm gonna clean my palette up and I might draw a little bit. Some drawing done. I think that is the wise call for the day.
QFXYT says. Am I trippin' or does Meteor hit for 3 times nothing now? Sheer Curry says.
I don't know, man.
I like the brown now.
Good, I'm glad. I just had to balance it out. So Shakuri, let me explain what I was thinking there, okay? Because I know you'll find this useful. Did you notice, and you can always rewind and look.
Sheer Curry says. It makes the water look dirty in a good way.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I liked it too. But did you notice, and I can always I can still
Ilikimo says.
Detail it a little bit
Lewis.
with a brush. Ilikimo, what's up, man? How are you? So it was very thin here, and I would really have to do a lot of work and build up the paint. And it was still wet, so I said, well, I can let it dry and go back into it and build it up, or I can just lay down a bunch of color and use the brush and kind of sculpt it and leave the paint on top, but still keep it smooth. But that's the way to build it up fast within a session. And so that's what I did. That was my mentality behind it. But I was when I was throwing paint down, it looked horrible, but I was really trying to set up in my mind, okay, these colors are going to blend like this. It's going to do this. I need to have leadway to change it.
Now it's as dirty as the Rhine.
So that was my mentality behind it, right? And obviously took my time. It took probably, I'm guessing 30, 40 minutes. But it's at a place where I built it up. It's ballpark. It's kind of blocked in, and I can now start hatching things out with a brush. If I need more detail or whatever, I can kind of put it in with a brush over it, right? But this is a solid foundation. I can leave it like that too, because what's going to change it is this coming up here.
Ilikimo says.
It's going to shape this composition.
This is an awesome idea. I'm alone in Twitch.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And Twitch, it's funny because it's not appearing in Discord. So I think YouTube does appear in Discord, so more people go to YouTube. But so I need to fix that. But yeah. And also I have, obviously it's on screen so you guys can see it and you can read it. So that way Twitch and YouTube are connected so everybody can read each other's chat, you know. Yeah, but everybody can hear everybody now, which is nice. I mean, it obviously can be a problem, but we don't have a large stream, which is good. I like the small streams, guys. It's chill.
QFXYT says, didn't you want to show that yellow background painting where one arm is twice the length of the other?
No, I'm never going to show you guys that. I don't think that, maybe it was twice the length. I don't remember what it was, just like so poorly painted. I think we're thinking of the same one. I hope we are. I hope there's not another one I'm not remembering that I somehow did in my confusion, or I don't know.
QFXYT says, that priest painting.
Yeah. Good, we're thinking about the same one. Good, there's only one. No, I'm not going to show you that. Did I show you guys that at any point? It's like the worst painting I've ever done in my life. I mean,
The Mayor Nobody 9 says, guess who's back, K? QFXYT says,
what's up, man?
I mean, I've seen it. The Mayor Nobody 9 says, it's me.
Here,
QFXYT
Mr.
says,
Nobody.
it's your best work. QFXYT says, easily.
No, man. That's something else. Mr. Nobody, I am going to clean my brushes and then I'm going to draw a little bit for a couple minutes. Then gotta head out. I gotta head out. So probably see how long I have. Got some good work done today on this.
The
Pretty
Mere
solid.
Nobody 9 says, I'm sorry, what's wrong with your camera position? The Mere Nobody 9 says,
Nah.
LOL.
Yeah, right. Probably gives you guys a headache. Yeah, I'm gonna clean my brushes, come back, and then I'll draw for about 15 minutes or so.
I need to see it.
You need to see what? Oh, the painting? No, I don't want to show you that. It is horrible. It's like the
Curry
worst.
says, just tell them that's your expression.
What are you talking about? Whose expression?
The Mere Nobody 9
the
says,
painting. I'm expressing
you
myself.
want to see what?
There's
The
this
Mere Nobody
painting,
9 says,
Mr.
excuse
Nobody,
me?
that I did a long time ago. I had to really quick. It was a rush job, and I was fresh out of school.
Curry says,
and it
Lewis
was
failed painting.
Yeah, it was a failure. But everybody liked it, and it became like most people saw that painting, and that's how they knew me. But it was literally the worst one I've ever done. And it was extremely frustrating that had to be it. It was just like
QFXYT says,
it's like fate was
is your
trolling
2's
me.
rating a rush job too?
Shut up. Xerx holds me back. It's Xerx's fault. It's not my fault. It can't be my fault.
The Mere Nobody 9 says, huh, failed paintings, seems like I have bunch of them too.
Yeah, but they don't get famous. They made a prayer card out of it and everything. It was horrible. It was so bad. It was for a good cause, but I mean, it was just like I could have done so much better. Like now, I would do a really good painting, but it was just like I didn't know how to. I didn't have anything to go off of. They gave me a couple like bad photographs, and I didn't have any experience with that. Now I have a system, right? I know how like what makes a good photograph.
Grasshopper 11275
I'm not afraid to go off on them.
They are not failed, they are impressionistic. QFXYT says, doesn't every artist look back at their old work like, oh God? Curry says,
Probably.
Boo-hoo, I'm so famous.
You have no idea what us famous people have to go through. I'll be right back cleaning. I'll leave the stream on. And then I'll come back and draw a little bit on the hand for you, Shakuri. Despite your taunting.
Not OCA says. Sniff sniff up Lewis. Grasshopper 11275 says. If he was not tortured, would he even be artist? Curry says. Boohoo, everybody loved my painting and I'm so famous, boohoo. The Mayor Nobody 9 says. Wait, is there a way to share paintings within this chat? Grasshopper 11275 says. You can just describe it for us. The Mayor Nobody 9 says. It's a still life oil paint. The Mayor Nobody 9 says. That I'm currently working in. QFXYT says. Is it better than Curry's? Share Curry says. Send it on Discord. The Mayor Nobody 9 says. The onion is so hard. QFXYT says. Hold up. Share Curry says. There's a group on Discord where we all send our stuff. Grasshopper 11275 says. I am hearing that there is a world PvP hoedown tonight. Another person in line E8G says. Yo home skillets. The Mayor Nobody 9 says. WHE. The Mayor Nobody 9 says. We. The Mayor Nobody 9 says. What's the name of Discord group? Another person in line E8G says. Where's the Liebermeister? The Mayor Nobody 9 says. Damn this keyboard. Grasshopper 11275 says. The Discord is in the video's description. The Mayor Nobody 9 says. Oh. The Mayor Nobody 9 says. Thank you. Grasshopper 11275 says, good luck with your onion. QFXYT says, hard onion, is that what kids call it these days?
We're back.
Not OCA says,
Okay.
yo Lewis pull my finger.
Second here. We are cleaning the brushes, and I'm going to get a couple minutes of drawing in, which will be nice. Then I have to go and help me, Papa. See how the old goat's holding up.
QFXYT says, looks like the result of that is swimming in that river.
What, okay? Yeah, right. It looks cool. It's gonna be good. No, I'm satisfied with that. Actually, what I don't like right now is really this area right here. That's kind of just, it looks like it doesn't look good to me. I need to work that in a little bit, maybe bring the chroma down just a little bit. Just a little bit. I can do. Which I can do, I will do. I will do. I think I had a better effect than I have now. I lost it. Trying to bring it up some. That's okay. We'll get it. It's very good practice. Very good practice. I'm leveling up. Right? I'm leveling up. Level yourself up.
Not OCA says,
Okay.
maybe add a tree stump.
Could you do a tree stump? It actually look pretty sweet if I did that. I might do that like in the foreground.
QFXYT says, was there talks at FAA to not use blue but only gray?
Oh, like, yeah, they wouldn't let us use blue when we're there. For like, for still lifes they would later on, but not in the beginning. In the beginning, it was strictly limited palette. So, but Rembrandt Ivory Black was very cool. And I think it actually contained a little bit of ultramarine blue in it. And so you could get a blue color by mixing black and white and then putting kind of a warm next to it to make it look even cooler. But like you couldn't get the blues that you see there with it. I don't think. You know what's funny? I actually still have my bag of colors from my school days over there. This is it right here. This Old Navy. I used to shop here. These are all the colors that I used to use.
Yeah. We'll go over it another time. It's pretty sweet, actually. Bet you some of those colors are still good. I don't know why. I kind of just, that's how I used to have them, is just in that bag. I would carry it around everywhere.
QFXYT says. They all have that same palette, they're right. Cher Curry says.
I think so, yeah.
Rembrandt. You use Rembrandt?
I think I did. Or it was, I think I used Mussolini. I think there was
Grasshopper
Rembrandt.
11275 says. Paint with whatever colors you want. Everyone painted their walls gray to look like therapist offices, so any color painting matches. Cher Curry says. What is the point of not using blue?
It was to teach you how to push your colors, because you can make blue with a good black, and it was a limited palette. So like in skin, you can get away with using just black, yellow, red, and white to paint. And that's what they would
QFXYT says.
do there.
Blue is usually gigachromatic, while gray is little chroma.
That's true. That is true. Like blue is obviously, in terms of it being blue, it's more colorful. Chromatic's just a fancy word for being colorful, in my opinion. Hi, chroma. It's more potent. Let's put it that way. Get this board over here. 1 second. We got some good work done today on this. I'm pleased. I'm pleased. Painting's looking better than it did when I came in today. So, oh, where am I going to put this? These idiots are going to come in here and wreck the place. Whew. All right. And over there. Over this. Coloring. Oh, snap. Had it on the wrong setting today. That's okay. This works. Keep that in mind. Oh, wait. just got to fit everything in here properly so it looks professional. This is clashing. This angle is clashing though, so I'm going to try to change this. 1 second. Scale fit. Wait. It's transform, edit transform. Let's do. See, what do we want to do? We want to do. There you go. Just fit it right in there. Okay.
Not
Stream's all
OCA
set.
says.
So
Why
we do
did
it
the bicycle fall over?
because you were on it and you never learned to ride, bitch. Is that why? Or is this some penis
Not
thing with the
OCA
kickstand?
says. It was too tired.
It's just so bad that it makes you laugh. Oh my gosh. This is great. Okay. Oh, wait. The reference up. Reference. Photo check. Let's go. Where are we at? I have approximately, let's say, probably 5 minutes to do this, let's be honest.
Not OCA says. I only know 25 letters of the alphabet. Sheer Curry
Really?
says. Look at those hands. Not OCA says.
Oh yeah.
I don't know
Curry.
why.
Curry, I got a good video coming. Don't you worry. Obviously taking time, but it's going to be obviously taking time, but it's going to be a good video. I'm going to have the pageantry and everything in it. It's an illusion, Michael.
Not OCA says. Why did the Scarecrow win an award? QFXYT says. It's been 2 years.
I don't know.
Grasshopper
Yeah, it
11275
has been a
says.
long time for this.
2 right hands, this is how he paints so good. Sheer Curry says. I'm in despair. Not OCA says. Because he was outstanding in his field.
Good job. That was good. That was good.
Sheer Curry says. Are you reading a bad joke book?
I think he's online and he has some site that he's going.
QFXYT says. The hands of a person who has been single for a long time. Grasshopper 11275 says. They aren't bad jokes, they're dad jokes.
Nice.
Sheer Curry says. Bad dad jokes.
Yeah.
QFXYT says. Aren't they all?
Yes.
Not OCA says. Why did the ranch blush?
I don't know. Why?
Not OCA says. It saw the salad dressing. Sheer Curry says. LMAO. Not OCA says. Why do squirrels always win at dating?
Because they have big nuts. I don't know. Why?
Not OCA says. Because they're great at finding nuts.
There you go.
QFXYT says. Sheesh.
Shikari! We're gonna get this hand video done one way or the other, Shikari. Even if it kills us. Shikari, like I told you this before, my favorite Job thing is when he fell in his coffin in the trick where, like, Buster didn't know his dad, well, was presumably dead. And so he freaked out and he knocked Job in the coffin. And Job's like, something's gone wrong. When he's in the Oh, it was so funny. He fell in that ditch and then he got buried alive.
Sheer Curry says. We need more. Not OCA says. Why did the mermaid wear seashells?
I mean, to cover her tits, but I know there's another answer for that. Go for it. Why?
Grasshopper 11275 says. We try not to make everything into sex innuendo. It's just
Innuendo?
really hard.
There you go. Good. Oh.
Sheer Curry says. That guy playing his own twin is the funniest thing ever.
Yeah. Oscar. Oscar. It is a masterpiece, all that. Honestly, where's the sandpaper? Oh, man. It is a masterpiece.
Not OCA says. Outgrew her bee shells.
Seashells and bee shells. No, There it is. That's the cleverness of that one. Good job.
QFXYT says. Time for some teas, hells man.
For some what?
Not OCA
T-shells.
says. Why did the lizard go to the doctor?
I don't know.
Almond the painter says.
Something
Mr.
about
Guidetti still going strong.
Alvin. Yeah, man. Still, well, about to stop actually. One more minute. I have to go. We have class tonight and have to go
Not
make sure my
OCA
dad is
says.
doing okay. So
He had reptile dysfunction.
there it is. I knew it had something to do with that. So Shikari, I have this one. I have another one that I'm going to be doing kind of straight on like this. It's a fist, which I might do. I'm not sure. I'll do one underneath like that. So you'll get the whole thing. And I'll do paintings of these as well. So it'll be worth it. It'll be your go-to. Your go-to.
Not OCA says. I must be a beaver because I'm dying for your wood.
This is the stupidest thing, man.
QFXYT says. Damn.
Guys, I gotta get going. Here, go see me, Papa. Make sure he's good. Y'all are awesome. Thank you so much for hanging out. It's good. Good time. We got some good work done today. All right. I'll see y'all later. Y'all take care.